There we go. All right. Well, welcome, 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 everyone. Thank you so much for being here, and happy ball massage, heal and release yoga practice. So we're just going to use one tennis ball, and I've just wrapped it up in a very thin shawl. It's right in the center here. And if you don't have, you can use a sock too. If you have a long sock, just throw it in there, and then it's not going to float around while we yoga. Okay, so I'm going to start sitting on the ball, and I just have the ball in the center of my mat. If you need something else to sit on, put your blankets down first, and then the ball wrap on top. And then I'm just going to sit on one sit bone because I only have one ball. Hello, good morning. Okay, well, we'll just give Anne a moment. So I'm just massaging my right tush cheek a little bit here. Yes. Okay. So Anne, you have a tennis ball with you? I don't know if you can hear me yet. And I'm just going to rock over to the other cheek, give it a little love. And then I'm going to sit, and the ball will kind of fall to the side of your sit bone, maybe the back, wherever it is. And so I just have it underneath the left cheek. Enjoy that for a moment. Even lean back. Okay, so you're just arriving. Then wrap your tennis ball up in a sock or in a light shawl or even one layer of your blanket. Okay, I'm going to shift my tush over now and just sit on the other side. So now the ball is just to the back of the sit bone, the fleshy side of your cheek. And I just want to say also, as we get into this practice, that there's no wrong place to put the tennis ball. The wrong place, you're going to know. If you've got it in the wrong place, you're going to know. Okay. And I'm just going to settle and let the ball just sit there underneath that right sit bone. Change your legs. And we'll center here. Take your hands into a restful position. Take a few breaths. Welcome yourself into your home, into your body. I am safe here. I am loved here. And allow myself to soften into all parts of my body. Take one more breath. And then keeping your eyes closed and soft, just take your hands to the floor and shift your tush over to the other side. So that ball now is underneath the other cheek. Okay. And then just come back, bring yourself back. On your next inhalation, lengthen tall. Lift your heart as you exhale. Join the palms together in front of your heart and allow the ribs, bottom ribs, just tuck in a little bit. And we'll call ourselves home and chant Om together 3 times. Inhale. Bowing your chin, release your hands to your thighs, lift your chin, and open your eyes. Okay. All right, let's start on your backs, and I'll just take this. The ball is in my scarf. I'm going to just lay it down. And when we lie down, we're going to just take that, what is this? I can't remember what it's called, but at the top of your spine, that soft part of the skull here, that's where we're going to put the tennis ball. As you come to lie down, find that tennis ball into that spot, and feel free to move around a little bit. Like, I say that spot, but any place around there is good. And then just receive gravity, receive the earth. Good. And we'll just take maybe 2 or 3 breaths here, just resting. So now I've moved the ball up a little bit. So you just find that place where you feel, okay, rested, supported. Okay, and then we're just going to start by just pressing your head into the tennis ball. And as you push into the tennis ball, let the shoulders, you might even feel they naturally drop down. Jaw is soft. Keep the bottom ribs in. Push into the ball with your head. And you might notice your tailbone lifting. It's, it's all mechanics. Soften your glutes. And then soften everything. Release all the effort. Okay, I'm just going to start to turn the head side to side. And if you have a scarf or, you might hold on to it with your hands just so the ball stays where it is. And I'm just pulling the scarf taut and turning the head side to side. And then you just lift your head, maybe move the ball down a little bit, and you can, press in a little bit, turn your head side to side. And then you'll just lift your head, move the ball down a little bit. And just moving yourself on there. A little pressure. Okay, I'm going to go down a little bit more. So I'm still not on any vertebrae. It's just mostly skull, but there's probably vertebrae in there. You're not at your neck yet. Okay, I go down one more time. Now I feel like I'm at the base of the skull. And I'm just going to turn the head to the right, and feel free to move that ball around. Find a place where the head is supported, and you can just let your jaw drop. So right now I have the ball. If I touch my right ear, it's right behind, like it's at the hairline of the ear here, right there. So again, don't worry too much. If you feel a little bit of pressure, that's kind of what we're looking for. And you might not feel anything. Just press into the ball slightly with your head. Okay, let's take one more breath. Let your jaw be soft, guys. Good. And then bring your head back. Move the ball, like so lift your head, move the ball over to the left side. And do the same thing. Just drop the head turning to the left. Push into the ball. Jaw soft. Shoulders soft. Breath soft. Be explorative and playful. Whatever works. So here's a fun thing. As I push into the ball with the side of my left side of my head, the right hand is going to just pull the blanket a little bit. Just a little bit. Just see what happens. Okay, and then come back to the starting resting position. So find the ball, let your arms rest now. Legs rest. Take 2 breaths. Good. Okay, I'm just going to take the hands, grab the blanket, lift your head, take the ball out, bring your head down, just rest your little ball blanket on your belly for a moment, feel your head, what's happened. And now we're going to do the feet. So often we do this standing, and I know it's not everybody's favorite, so we're going to do it just lying down. So I'm just going to take the blanket, you might have to sit up, and I'm going to put the ball underneath the right foot, and then come back down. You could do it without, and hold on to the edges of the blanket too. So, or even just one side, maybe just the right hand. So I have the blanket underneath the right foot. The ball underneath the right foot. I'm holding the blanket with the right hand. And then just start to massage your foot a little bit. Just moving the ball underneath the sole of your foot. So you're there. Okay. And you're going to find the ball into the center of your arch. And I'm holding onto this blanket, so it's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to put a little pressure in. Maybe I'll lift the hips. Maybe I'll flex the toes. Just pressing in. So I'm pulling, even though the foot is anchoring the ball, I'm using the hand on the blanket to just add a little tautness. So it's almost like the foot is pressing the ball away and the blanket's pulling it towards me. And then lower your hips down if you've lifted and come back. We're going to find the heel on the floor, and wherever the ball lands, we're going to lift again. So the heel's on the floor, the ball's under the foot. Now I'm going to lift my hips as I push down. I'm going to keep the heel on the floor as best as you can. Your hips don't have to even lift. They might. Nice, beautiful breathing. And then release all that effort. You might just massage the foot on the ball for a few rounds. Good. Okay. Well, let's keep with the right side. I just popped up. I'm going to now stretch the leg out and bring the ball to underneath the center of your right thigh. Now I'm going to lie down again and just point and flex your foot a few times. So I have my left leg is bent. The ball's underneath the right thigh, and feel free to move that ball. Feel, and you don't need to feel anything. Just maybe you might even just be aware of the ball. But we're doing something. Okay, we're going to go to the calf next. Okay, now I'm going to flex the foot, push out through the heel. I'm aware of the ball there. It's not any, maybe you feel whatever you feel. Just right at the center of the thigh. One more breath. Okay, now bend your right leg, find the ball with your foot, and let's just roll the ball down a little bit so we can get the middle of your calf onto the ball. Just hold the end of my blanket. And then I'm just going to roll my leg over the ball. So I have the center of the hamstring. And don't worry about, not hamstring, sorry, that's your calf. The anatomy. And my foot is a little flat, so I'm just massaging the center here, rolling the leg. So it's almost like the toes are turning in and turning out, and it's not painful. It might be a little uncomfortable. Okay. Yes. Now I'm just going to hang out. Flex the foot. Press into the ball, relax your shoulders, your face. Take a few breaths. Okay, as I'm pushing into the ball, you might feel like your hips are lifting a little bit. You might not. Okay, and now I'm going to bend the leg again, put the foot on the ball. Massage your foot a little bit, even just front to back. Okay, I'm going to do that little lift again. So if you pull the ball in, do that. Whatever you need to do. So you find that right center of your foot on the ball. And then press down. Maybe the hips lift. And as you are pressing, you can move your toes. Maybe they point and flex. Just the toes are moving. I'm just moving my fingers like the toes. Just feel whatever's happening here. Okay, now kind of move your foot a little bit so you're just underneath the balls of the feet, center of the foot, the balls of the feet. Again, I'm going to move the toes if you can. Okay, and then come out. As you come out, I'm just going to take the ball out, bring the ball back onto my tummy. Stretch the legs out, maybe arms out, Shavasana. Feel what's happened. Okay, we're going to work this right tush again. So I'm going to take the ball. Now I have it in the center of my blanket. I'm going to just fold the blanket so the ball is at the top, here, and I've got the two sides. I'm going to put the ball right underneath the right cheek. Okay, and then stretch the right leg out. So you're just underneath the right cheek. And then the left leg is bent. Left foot on the floor. You're just going to push the left foot down so you roll a little heavier onto the ball. Maybe you roll a little bit to the side and you come back. And you're just going to do that a few times. So the left foot is pushing down. It's initiating the movement. Try and keep your jaw soft, your tush soft. So I feel like the ball is really at the center of the cheek. Yeah, okay. Let's do one more. Lifting and lowering. And then just hang out here. You come down. Jaw soft. We don't want to bring any extra tension. Now I'm going to move the ball just out to the right a little bit. So you bend your right leg. Ooh, is that bad? Oh, wait. Hold on. As you bend the right knee in, oh, things get interesting. Let's do that for a moment. I'm just going to extend the right leg and bring it back a few times. I'm just extending and bringing the knee back. And, oh, yeah. Okay, let's play here. This is awesome. I hope you feel this. Now I'm moving my right foot out to the right as I bend it in. I'm going to move it in. So you're just kind of being playfully curious. Oh, yeah. After I'm flying, even though it's only an hour, like all of that, this is yummy. Okay, let's do one more moment of just exploratory. Move your right leg, anchor the tush. Maybe you circle your leg a little bit. Just moving. Let's see how this is landing. Oh, yes, guys. I love it. We're all doing something a little bit different. That's even though it's the same thing. Good. And then I'll let the right foot come down. Just hang out for a breath or two. Okay, now I'll move the ball out to the right just a little bit. So now it's more onto, I'm going to say closer to the side of the hip. Then I'll put the right leg out again. Let's just hang out here for a moment. So if I take my fingers, I can feel the ball really, maybe it's an inch in, depending how much flesh you have. Okay, I'm going to take my right arm over the ear and then press the left foot down and roll a little bit more onto the right side and back. So same thing we did, but as now we're getting into less fleshier parts, still fleshy parts, more pillowy, and as we move away from those, that's where things get a little bit more intense. Okay, I'm going to do one more like this. Now we'll come down. Let's just hang out for a breath or two. Just relax, relax, relax. Okay, then I'll bend the right leg, right foot to the floor. Oh, as I bring the leg in, there we go again. Okay, forget the right foot to the floor. Move your right leg around. Feel this, wave and drop your right leg out to the right. It could be bent, just to get more pressure into wherever part here. Yeah, oh. It's all about play. I don't think I've ever done this. And this is gonna be my new baby. Okay, I'm gonna take the right foot down. Now I'm gonna move the ball out a little bit more. And it's almost like if I put my tush right down and just tuck the ball in. So it's really on the side. Extend the right leg. Oh yeah, this is Sadie. Okay, now left foot is bent. And take the right arm along the ear and just do that same thing. And because we have way less flesh here, you might not want to go up this and over to the right as much. You might, and also, if you want to move the ball up or down, and just explore this space, whatever you have going on, maybe this is hitting it. Okay, so I feel bone here, and that's where you don't need to spend as much time. Okay, now I'm just gonna come onto the back, breathe, let everything soften. I feel like I'm gonna bring the right leg in again and just, this is not very comfortable or pleasurable, but probably effective. I'm just moving the right leg like we did. Good. Okay, and then we'll come both feet down, take the ball out, lay it on your tummy, see where it is. And stretch your legs out. Oh, you guys. Are we all feeling the same thing? It's just a release. And you can feel that maybe all the way up on the right side, all the way to your cheek. Yeah, so sweet. Okay. So we're going to do all that on the second side. And we're going to start. Did we start with the tush? I think we started with the tush. Well, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to put the ball underneath the center of the left tush. So find whatever center is, maybe a little bit to the left of the sit bone. Bend the left leg. And then, oh, we'll bend the right leg. I got it. Both legs are bent. Yes, and we'll just roll, roll around here a little bit, feel. Now we're just going to settle the ball into the center of the cheek. And, its center could be different for everybody. I'm going to stretch, let's stretch both legs out. Let's take a moment here. Okay, I'm just going to bend just the right leg, right foot to the floor. And do a little bit of this, rolling here. Center of the cheek. Yeah. Okay. And then settle. Take a few breaths. Okay. Then I'm going to take the ball out. Bend the leg, take the ball out. Just place the ball on your belly for a moment. Feel that. Okay, now we're going to move to the sole of the left foot. So whatever you need to do to get the ball on the left foot, I just put it in, put the foot down. I'm going to hold the left side of the blanket with the left hand. Find the center of your left foot. And then just press in. You can rock your foot or massage your foot. Maybe your tush is going to lift, maybe not. Just put that pressure in. Massage the sole of your foot. Anyway, you might add your flexion of the toes. I'm just going to push down, flex the toes. The hips are lifting, but I want to soften the glutes. Breathe. Soften your shoulders, your jaw. And then come down. Be here. Now find the heel on the floor. And the ball, wherever it lines up in the center of your foot, flex your toes. Push into the ball, and you might push so much your hips want to lift. That's fine. They don't have to come up very high. I mean, they might, you might want to lift them high, but you don't have to. Just feel the pressure in the foot, softness in the jaw. Good. Heel on the floor. And tush down if you've lifted. And then I'm keeping the heel on the floor, the ball in the center of the arch, and I'm just going to move the toes. So like the toes are curling in and opening. Breathe. If you have two balls and you do this with two balls and then you lift up, it's always fun. Okay, we're just going to do one. I'm just going to push in with the left foot, drop the jaw, breathe, breathe, breathe. Just letting toes can relax, and maybe you want to move them. Notice the shoulders if they're hunching up, drop them down. Okay, and then soften. Just rest. And the next move is ball under center of left thigh. So do what you need to do to find that there. Again, you might not feel that much. That's okay. My teacher always says, like, how lucky are you? You don't feel much. Okay, once I'm here, I'm just going to start to flex and point that left foot. I still have my right leg bent. That's optional. Okay, feel free to play too. Move the ball up or down. Feel, okay, let's fit. flex the foot. Take a few breaths. Stand from the left hip out through your heel. We're going to move the ball to the center of the calf. So you might take your foot and just roll it down. Sit up. Adjust it. Good. Yeah. And then find that center of the calf. And I'm holding on to, hold on. And then I'm just going to roll this as if you're turning the foot, right? So the toes turn in and turn out. The foot is flexed, and that's going to give you a little bit, we harden the muscle so we get more pressure. Good. And you can let your foot relax and see, oh, maybe that's better for you. You get in to the softer part. So just be experimentally playful. Good. And then I'm just going to rest in air quotes with the toes pointing up. I'll really flex the foot and really pushing into the ball. If it's better for you to soften the foot and push into the ball, you do both. Play with them and say, oh, which one's going to be more effective for me today? And maybe it's a point and flex situation. That's good too. Good. Okay, take one more breath, soften the shoulders, smile. Good. And then I'll just sneak that ball out, place it on your tummy again so you know where it is. Let's take a pseudo Shavasana. Let's feel. Okay, I'm just going to switch myself around, but you can stay as you are, because the next thing we're going to do is the tush. So bend your knees, find the ball underneath the left cheek, center of the cheek again, so just a little bit over from the sit bone. Keep the left leg bent, and we'll extend the right leg. Good. Okay, then we're just going to start to rock side to side. So I'm just dropping the left knee over. No, other way. Change your legs. Extend the left leg, bend the right leg, and use the right foot to drive the ship. Unless you like that better with the left leg. You see which one you like better. Is getting into that tush. That's the most important part. Okay. So now I'm just going to come to rest on the back. I'm just going to push the tush into the ball a little bit. So a little bit of a lower back arch happening for me. Breathe. Okay. Then bend the left leg and move the ball a little bit to the left. I'm holding the right side with my right hand. And now I'm just going to do that same rolling over and back. Adjust the ball, guys. Play until you feel like, oh yeah, that's good. Move around. Be curious. That's it. So we'll just play here for another few moments. Just rocking and rolling. Move the ball, maybe you take it up a little bit. That's a good spot. You just kind of play. Okay, now we're just going to rest. Take 2 breaths. And now we'll move the ball a little bit out. So bend the left leg, move the ball out. I'm going to turn my lights on. I don't know if you can see. Good. So then you're doing it with the outer side of the hip now, less fleshy part. And here's where things can get not so happy. So move around, just rolling onto your left side and back. Move the ball up, move the ball down. Just feel. Okay, let's just take maybe 2 more breaths here. Good. And then come on back. And hang out for, oh, I didn't do the life thing. Okay, stay here. We're going to just bring that left leg in and do the little leg waving thing. So I still have the ball more to the outer side of the hip. I'm just going to bring it in. But we'll start with just moving your leg here. Feel. Okay. Put the foot down, lift your hips. Now we're just going to go backwards. So we'll bring the ball in just a little bit. And then once it's there, bring that left foot off the floor and move your left leg around. Feel. How can I move this leg? And massage my tush area at the same time. Yeah. Good. Okay. Let's do one more moment here. And set your left foot on the floor. Take a couple breaths. And we're going to just bring that ball in towards center one more time. And lift the left leg. If you want to extend your right leg, you know. All rules are off here because it's really a personal thing. How does this feel for me? Oh, move that leg around, rolling a little bit. I mean, your tush is going to be glowing today. Good. Okay. Let's take one more moment. I'm just going to stretch both legs out and just kind of hang out on the ball for a moment here. Yeah. Okay. Let's not come off the ball. Just bend your knees. Put your feet on the floor. You're going to lift your hips, and we're going to put that ball right in the center of the sacrum, like we do with the block. So you'll decide if it's going to go closer to tailbone or up a little bit, but find the center. So now I'm kind of balancing. My hips are off the floor. You widen your feet if you like. And we're just going to do, I'm going to say windshield wiper, but it's not really. You're just waving your knees side to side and rolling the ball over the sacrum. If that feels very tender, add more padding. So you can fold your little scarf over a little bit more if you need more padding. And rolling really the hips side to side. Okay, now I'm going to come to center. Walk the feet in a little bit. Just rest on the ball. See how this is, guys, because the next thing I'm going to do is lift the knees up. So I'm kind of balancing on the ball. So I have my legs up. Tush is balancing. If that's not good, put your feet on the floor or do one at a time. If that's a better thing for you, it's all fine. Just finding some balance and anchor into the ball, pushing down. Draw the ribs in. Maybe your feet are flexed. Breathe. Okay. You could wave yourself a little bit side to side. You know, use your hands and arms for balance. If this is okay, it's all fine. I'm just putting a lot of pressure there. The shoulders relax. And then lower your feet to the floor. Lift your hips. Take the ball out. Maybe put it on your tummy. And just feel, oh, wow. Well, I know we've all been doing this at the beginning of Pandy together, and we haven't done one tennis ball practice. And wow, okay, let's move it out. So, all right, I'm just gonna sit up. You guys stay as you are. So what we're gonna do here, I'm gonna take the ball, and we're just gonna work one side. So I'm going to go a little bit off center of the sacrum and up. We're going to start with the left side, and we're just going to walk that ball up. Then I said, you know, fleshier parts are easier, happier. So I'm going just left sacrum here, and things can be tender, you know, less fleshy. So I'm not really on tush. Left of sacrum, left hip maybe. And then the knees are bent. And again, you could just rock your knees a little bit side to side, and they might just move like a couple inches. Just feel, whatever this is for you. Now we're going to hang out and you're going to find the place. So my knees are moving a little bit to the left, jaw dropping, and I feel the bone. I'm going to take 2 breaths. Nice big breath. Okay. Now we're going to lift the hips. So you come back to center. Lift your hips, move the ball up a little bit. So it's just to the left of the spine. I'm going to say maybe center of the left side of your back and at the top of the hip bone. You might even feel the top of the hip bone. Okay, and then again, it's just about the waving, a little bit of moving. Oh, okay. I lift my left foot off the floor, moving the left knee in and out, maybe side to side. So just, if that's not good for you, it's okay. Just keep the feet on the floor. Good. Oh, yeah. I might make lots of weird noises because this is nice. Okay, and then I'll put the foot down with the hips, bring the ball up a little bit. So now maybe I feel like I'm just below the rib cage, soft part, maybe in line with the waist. So it's a little fleshier. Hopefully you feel fleshy. Move your knees. Okay. Here I know I can drop my knees over to the left because I'm in this fleshier part. It's okay for me. I might just hang out with the knees dropping to the left, almost like windshield wiper where you drop your knees over, see how that is. And, some of you might even press into the balls if you're bringing those ribs in. And take one more breath. And then come back onto your feet. Don't move the ball. Let's take the left knee in. Now I'm on this fleshier part. So I'm actually going to take my hands, hug the knee in, and extend the right leg. And you can rock the knee in and out. As you bring the knee in, you get a little more into that ball. Just feel for yourself. This is okay. Soften where you can. I'm just going to hug this knee in, soften, make the knee over to the left a little bit. Release. Put both feet on the floor. And then we'll lift the hips. And the ball's going to come up a little bit. Now here I'm on the ribs. Now things, less fleshy. So again, I'm going to just rock the knees side to side, feel. Maybe you want to roll over to your left side a little more and see what feels good. And here I use good with air quotes because, things are going to start to get a little more intense. Okay, come to rest. Now we're not going to take the ball up. You're going to move the ball a little bit to the left, exactly where it is, just a little bit to the left. And then roll around, put some pressure on the ball. Drop your knees to the left and back. So if you take your hand, you can feel like the ball's really you're not really on it. It's just kind of tucked into your ribs here. Good. Okay. Good. And then the next move, I am going to bring the ball back into the center of the left side of your body and then up a little bit. Now, you might not be able to lift your hips. You might actually roll to the right and move the ball up a little bit. Okay, so now I have the ball. I feel like it's underneath the center of my left shoulder blade. Okay, my knees are bent, feet on the floor. Feel free to, roll your knees. They might just go a little bit, less flesh. I'm going to add the left arm. So take your left arm out to the side. Now bend at the elbow. So the hand is up. And I'm just going to move the back of the hand to the floor and then down. So you're just waving the arm towards the top of the mat and then down. So I hope that makes sense. Otherwise, take a peek at what I'm doing here. Okay, that's going to be our action. Good. Drop my knees a little bit to the left, put a little more pressure, and then come to rest. Okay, now we're going to take the ball up. So again, you might roll to the right, readjust, move the ball up. So now I have the ball more to the, let's see, maybe, well, in line with the underarm maybe? Yeah, okay, that works. Okay, so a lot fleshy, not as fleshy. Start by moving your knees, see how that is. Add the arm movement, if that works. You might just want to be here, just stillness and proceed with your breath. You don't even need to move anything. It's all happening. Good. Okay. All right, guys. From here, I'm going to take the ball out. So just take the ball out, lay it on your tummy. Hang out for a moment and stretch your legs out if you like. Just feel. Really tune into the left side of the back, the right side of the back, even the shoulders. And we'll start all that again. So we're going to start, let's start on the sacrum. So lift your hips, take the ball back to the sacrum, roll around a little bit. You might just sway your hips like we do the hip hammock sway a couple times. Move around, you want to lift your legs like we did, that's fine. See the legs come up. I have my legs right in the air, I'm anchoring into the ball. Good. Oh gosh, go so fast. All right, put your feet down. Now move the ball a little bit to the right. So now you're just, a little bit off sacrum, depth area, lower down. That might just be enough, or we start to wave the knees. All optional. Your body will tell you. Okay, so again, more bony, more discomfort. Good. And then we'll move the ball again a little bit more to the right. So now it's more over to the side, and you might have more accessibility to drop the knees to the right, and you might not. Okay, play around, move the ball up or down, whatever you need. Be curious, where are the tender spots? What do they need? It's just a rocking of the hips. Good. Okay. All right, come back to your center. Keep the left foot on the floor. Maybe you bring the right leg in, or just move the right leg a little bit, like we've been doing, just circling or moving it in and out. And then come to rest. We'll lift the hips and move the ball up a little bit. So now I feel like it's more top of hip bone. And then we'll start again with the waving, moving, might lift the left side, put more pressure on the right. Feel. Work in this lovingly, loving your body. Okay, come back, lift the hips, move the ball up. And now we're more on the, there's not as much bones. We're between hip and ribs. And you might have more mobility with the knees. You might even drop the knees right to the right side this time. Hang out. Maybe the left side wants to lift and give more pressure. Be in a place where you can smile and receive. Good. Okay. Come back to center. I can do this on the other side, but I'm just going to lift my hips for a moment. Just rock the hips like a hip hammock. Massage this right side a little bit more. And then come down. Now we'll move the ball up, more to the bottom of the ribs. And again, waving your knees, exploring, feeling less flesh, more fresh. I should coin that. Less flesh, more fresh. Good. Okay. All right, guys. Now I'm going to bring this right knee in. See if you can grab it. Maybe the left leg wants to extend. It's going to rock this knee in and out. Maybe over to the right. See. So you move the knee around a little bit, and then we'll come to rest. So I say rest by hugging this knee in. You might even anchor your ribs down, like you're pushing into the ball here. Drop your jaw. Smile. And then release your right foot to the floor, left foot to the floor. Lift your hips. Let's move up a little bit. If it's too much to lift the hips, just roll to the left side. Move the ball up. Now I'm going to add the arm. So I'm waving the knees. I'm moving my arm here. And I feel, feel the bones, feel the ribs. Okay. Come back and do one more up. So I'll move the ball up. Now it's at the bottom tip of the shoulder blade. And find your movement action of the arm, the legs. You might even just drop your knees a little bit to the right and just hang out there if that's what you need and feels the best for you. It's all fine. Just looking, it's all happening. Good. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to take that ball all the way out. Just lay it on your tummy. Feel. Okay, the last thing we're going to do, I'm looking at the time. I want to do the whole front of the body too. But now I feel we're just going to get in the shoulders and we'll have to do another ball another day. So take that ball, just put it, back of your neck again, like we did at the very, very beginning, just to feel it there. And from there now, let's take a moment. I'm going to take both hands, find the ball, lift your head, and I'll just tuck that ball. I'm going to sit up. I'm just going to tuck that ball right into the soft part of the left shoulder. So it's just really at the top of that left shoulder. So just tuck it in, come down. I mean, you might hold your head up, that might not be so happy for you. Find the arm movement. And so you're really in like the fleshy part of the shoulder, the top of the shoulder here. If I put my hand, I can feel the ball is mostly out. But if you have it tucked under, know that that is just fine. Okay, now just take your left arm, lift it up, bring it over to the right. Take your right hand, find the ball, and just tuck the ball down a little bit, anywhere here. Now I have my left arm is extended, it's leaning to the right a little bit, and I'm just going to floss the shoulder. You know how we extend the arm away and then pull it back without bending it? Just do that a few times and walk your shoulder so it lifts up off the ball. Maybe you find a different spot, just move it around. Even whatever you're doing, guys, it doesn't need to be exactly what I'm saying. It's happening. Okay, we're just going to do maybe one more moment. Find if you have a sweet spot and roll to the left. As you push down, it's all fine. Okay, come back. Take the ball behind the head. Rest your arms. Feel left side, right side. That was what? 15 seconds, 20 seconds, maybe 30. Okay, now we go second side. So I take both hands to the ball, lift my head, tuck the ball into that soft part of the right shoulder, come down. You can keep your head lifted, it's all fine. Now find the movement of the arm. Just with the elbow bent, just moving the hand. Okay. Do one more moment. And then now I'm going to take that right arm up into the air. Take it over to the left. Take the left hand, find the ball, lift the right shoulder and push the ball down a little bit. And then you might just floss that shoulder. So you're just moving the arm. Maybe as you extend the right arm away, you lift the right shoulder, you find it come back and you can just walk it around. The ball might move different spots. Just, find whatever works here. Be playfully curious. Let's take 2 more moments here. So 2 more breaths. Just feel, all of this is yours, guys. So use any time you want now. Okay, I'm just going to move the ball back to behind the head. Drop the arms, maybe extend your legs if you want. And just feel. Okay. Good. I've taken the ball. It's not really at the soft spot of the head. it's more in the right at the back of the head, back of the skull, that where the skull kind of jets out a little bit, or wherever you have it. Just push your head in, drop your jaw, drop your shoulders, soften your eyes, and then just release any pressure. Keep everything as it is. That feels so good. Okay, I'm going to throw in the front of the body super quick. So let's do that. Bend your knees, either come up or roll to your side. And we'll just do one quick little thing before we move into Shavasana. I'm going to put the ball right into the solar plexus where the ribs join. So you'll lie on your, so just put the ball down, you lie on your tummy. Just find that place. Maybe it's a sphinx. So, and then just, so I'm at the, where the ribs join. You can drop in. If it's too much, lift your back up a little bit. And maybe you just wave into it. But if it's good, just drop it, the weight in. You want to add a little more, you bend your knees. Maybe you, windshield wiper the feet side to side. So definitely feel this. Heartburn sufferers. This could, heartburn's a funny thing. Sometimes this could be pressure into the solar plexus is great, and sometimes ineffective. It's like foot cramps, one of those weird things that sometimes we just have to wait it out. So wherever you are here, if you want to drop all the way down onto your head, more pressure, it's up to you. Okay, let's just take 2 more breaths here. I'm just going to lie completely down on this ball with my forehead resting. Release into the ball. Okay, and then just because of time constraints, because we could go all the way through the front of the body. But I'm just going to come out. I'm just going to sit for a moment on my toes, because I love that, and we're here. And get to kind of open the feet in whatever way. Just drop into this body that's rocked and rolled. Let's just take 2 breaths, however you are. And then we're going to move into our Shavasana. If you like that ball under the head, and if you have 2, you would put one on, you just put the balls right together so that they support the back of the head really nice. So you could totally do that. And as I say that, maybe I'll do that. But, whatever. This is Shavasana. So you rest in a way that feels good. I'm just going to add my second ball. Just tuck them in. So I'm just going to tuck them in nice and tight so they're not going to go anywhere. And make a little head rest. Okay. Jacket. And then we're just going to absorb all of that in a restful Shavasana, we only have a few moments, guys. So a few moments of rest into all of that. Let the body receive a few moments of stillness and quiet before you go on with your day. You need an eye covering to bring you in quicker. That's what they're for. Otherwise, completely let go. If you don't like the balls behind the head, or just take them out. Or move them down. You might like it lower. Just kind of play. Shavasana. So much shorter Shavasana than ideal. And if you'd like to stay in your rest for longer, then please do so. Otherwise, we'll just start to deepen the breath. Taking your time, if you're coming out, moving yourself in a way that feels good. Maybe hugging your knees into your chest for a few moments. Roll to your side, rest there for a few breaths. Let everything drop away that you don't need to carry with you. Seated if that's where you're going. Again, take your time and rest in. Once you're here, just feel inhale as you are. Exhale, bringing your palms together in front of your heart and bowing your chin with great reverence for your practice and your potency in this act of self-love, self-massage. You know, to give yourself a gift of an hour to do this kind of work is a gift. So you bow to your own devotion, to your practice, and to your presence. And we'll seal that as you inhale, lengthen nice and tall. Exhale this breath. Let's join together in our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy. May we be happy. And one Om, inhale. Om Shanti, Om Peace. Take a full breath in. Breathe into your hands. Catch your breath. Lift your chin. Open your eyes and offer this to yourself. So important. Offer it to yourself, and then we'll offer it to each other. And send it out, and at the same time, receive it back. Yes. Mm-hmm. You know, even just moving your hands like this is you move your energy. It's all good. So, thank you, guys. That was really nice. So thank you. I feel good. Anyway, have a great rest of your day. So much love for your presence and your practice. And we'll see you guys on Thursday. Have fun, guys. Bye, titties. I mean, kitties. I say titties. Oh my goodness. I got to cut that out. Bye, kitties and everybody. We'll see you guys later.